you're wrong, you use sarcasm. Because that is how you do. You go, stop it. I mean, she basically was a tweet. Her response was a tweet to actual facts. So she did it sarcastically. It's weird because we live in a free country with free speech. We feel like we know and we see everything, even including with our own eyes. We will see things and people will meet you with sarcasm. It's really kind of a new thing. Like you talk about the crime stats, they laugh. You talk about stories about the mother whose child is killed, they laugh. They say, oh, I went out and had dinner. That's what they said on CNN last year. Even when you show the border visuals, like in a totally different issue, they choose to ignore it. Gavin Newsom not wearing a mask. All of these things rely on the fact that even though you see it with your own eyes, you can't get any traction. And why can't you get any traction? Because the so-called free speech, the free press, they don't do crap about it. That's their side. So we can sit here in our bubble and talk about this forever, and she can sit in her tiny bubble and laugh at it. And then what they do is the trick is they turn left-wing politics into context. There are only three variables in that equation about the widow. Felon out on bond, victim, murder. That's the three variables. But then what you do is you layer on the context, right? Cash bail is proof of inequality. Only rich people can afford bail, so it's wrong. Long sentences discriminate. COVID is inhumane in prisons. We've got to let him out. Overcrowding is inhumane. So what that does is it creates this so-called context when it's actually just political ideology, and then that allows these felons to get out. And the intellectual talking heads suddenly, like Jen Psaki, forget about these variables. They forget about the victim. They forget about the fiend out on bail because they're so drowned in their context, their fake context. It's just political BS. And it's probably the largest cover your ass strategy because both the politicians and the media know that they were responsible for this new pro-crime climate. And this is their only way out.